We get a knock at the door, and when I open the door, there's a gun to my head. Pow! Shoots the gun right by my head. And that's when he came from the back. And
I just kind of put my hand up and held the gun behind my back. When you shoot people, they don't just fall out and die. So once I shot at him, I was moved to the next guy where he's still shooting, and I'm shooting. And then I noticed I had been shot because I felt the burn in my abs, and I was like, I've been hit.
Welcome to the big show. That would be the Squeeze, the show you are watching or listening to right now. Welcome and happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. I am your host, Taylor Lautner.
And I am just a random guy on the couch as well.
Also named Taylor Lautner.
Thank you. If they didn't know that, it would be slightly concerning. Anyways, my wife was just I would say complimenting, but she doesn't do it as, it's not a compliment. It's almost like it's almost a dig. She said that I shouldn't be allowed to wear white because I look too tan. That is what she said right before we started rolling.
Yeah.
So if I'm offending anyone right now, I'm really sorry, and I'll never wear white or cream or yellow again.
You tan. Oh, you were laying out yesterday.
Yes.
I feel like that's why you look a little extra crispy.
That's probably, yeah, I think the combo of I laid out for a bit yesterday, and I don't wear white a lot.
Yeah, you actually don't.
So I think, sorry, I just had a bubble
An air bubble
come up my chest and into my esophagus and then into the microphone. Sorry about that. I don't wear white a lot. So I think when I do, it's a little bit of a shocker to you.
Yeah. No, that's true. Especially when I'm like in an off-white and I'm like looking at our cameras. And the color difference is just insane.
Oh, man.
And I literally have a warm light on me to try to help the warmth.
Okay.
I also didn't use my bronzing drops today, though.
Oh, man. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, that's yesterday I looked more tan than I do now, and it's because I use my bronzing drops.
Got it.
You know the little things I put with my moisturizer?
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I do sometimes use those on my arms too.
Huh.
If I'm wearing a t-shirt.
Well, you learned something new.
Learn something new. I don't know if you're supposed to do that, but
I think you look beautiful no matter what.
Thank you.
You got little rosy cheeks right now.
Yeah.
What's that?
I'm in a sweatsuit.
So you're warm?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's not blush.
No.
Okay. You're just that hot. Okay.
My cheeks get rosy quick.
Oh.
No, I do have blush on.
Oh, okay. So it's a bit of both.
I can't see that far.
Huh. Well, all this to say, let's get excited about summer. Is that allowed? Because
It's spring, but
okay,
yeah.
you know, but summer,
Warmer weather.
it's coming.
Helpful.
Okay, warmer weather.
Yeah. We finally have like above 70 here,
Love it.
which has not been a thing.
Yeah, weather has been a little interesting for California.
Yeah, we're ready for the sun to come and the rain to go.
Yeah.
But I am still dressed like this, and I will continue to be dressed like this.
It could be 100 degrees outside, and she will be dressed for Antarctica.
Yeah, it's comfort. It's comfort. But I guess back to the whole reason why we're here.
Oh yeah, that thing.
The mental health podcast that we do. Called The Squeeze.
Welcome to the big show, aka
To
the
the
Squeeze.
big show. The episode that we have for you guys today is kind of insane.
We've been waiting for this one.
We have.
We've been waiting for this episode, and it is here.
Yeah, like all jokes and like dramaticness aside, it's actually a wild episode.
Yeah, I was just doing that part for the teaser.
Oh, okay. Great.
We've been waiting for the episode, and it is here.
I think they already have that teaser edited.
Oh, okay. Nope, disregard that. But we have been very excited for this episode. We not only are we big fans, genuine big fans of the band Parmalee, but we also are friends with them, and we've been friends with them for a bit now. So we've known their story for a while, but they only really started openly talking about it and really going back to that day and the details of it recently.
Yeah.
So we are very excited and honored that they felt comfortable enough to come on the squeeze and go back and talk about that. And what impact it has had on their life since. I don't want to give too much away, so I think we should jump into it.
Yeah, a life-altering event that definitely could have changed the course of their life, but they've
Definitely changed the course of their life.
it definitely did. But what they've been able to do,
Yeah.
as humans, has been
These guys are awesome. They're
Yes.
brothers. Scott and Matt, they form part of Parmalee. And they're just really incredible dudes.
You guys are gonna love them. I feel like listening to their
Yeah.
voices is just gonna be so great.
They're the best.
Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoy this episode. We know you will, and we'll see you on the other side. Scott, Matt, welcome to the squeeze.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Yes. Glad to be
We
here.
are so excited. It's an honor to have you guys.
I know our worlds are like colliding.
Yeah.
I feel like we're like performing for you guys now.
I know.
You are.
It's a
You
little,
are.
you were so excited for this. I was like nervous for this one.
I always feel more comfortable with musicians because I don't have to worry about the mics with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I got you. I got you. We're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of you
got you.
will be okay. Okay, so we start each episode with a little game called Citrus Scott Reel. This jar
Okay.
All right.
has questions in it. Scott, if you would like to pull,
Let's grab one.
yeah, that's our ASMR drum roll.
Would you rather go without shampoo for the rest of your life or without toothpaste?
Ooh.
Shampoo.
Yeah. Shampoo for sure.
Yeah, me
Gotta
too.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you need toothpaste.
I mean,
Well,
I
Well,
follow
according-
this guy on Instagram. Have you guys heard of Dr. Paul?
do you think they've heard of Dr.
Probably
May-
not.
Probably have.
I don't know.
He like is very holistic and just like, cares, about what is best for your body, but he's very healthy. But he doesn't put like anything that's not good for your body.
Yep.
He doesn't touch like seed oils, like his food, his diet's crazy. But also, down to like shampoo and toothpaste. Like he talks about all of it. And he says that he has never used shampoo or soap or anything when he showers. And he swears that he smells delightful because he says what causes you to smell is, the food that you're eating or what you're drinking. Like that's
Right.
so as long as you are putting good thing in your gut, he literally just rinses in the shower and he doesn't use toothpaste. He just uses his like bison bristle toothbrush. It
I
looks
agree.
great.
I know. I believe it.
That's what he says, though. I mean,
Oh,
it's-
yeah, but-
I just
sounds like our cousin Barry in the band.
Bears kind of started doing that in the band.
Yeah.
Okay.
He started brushing with that different
Well,
bristle
yeah,
toothbrush.
bristle, yeah.
And I think we're both on the shampoo thing. Certain shampoos we don't want to use anymore where we
Right.
used to, and soap. But
yeah.
I love the organic soap. Mom sends the soap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The
Goat's
goat,
milk.
the goat soap. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout
that's
out.
great.
Lady
So
North
I
Carolina
get
makes
it.
some great soap.
Now, ever since he's stopped using toothpaste and he's gone to the bristle thing, have you noticed a change in the breath?
I'm not
Still
sure if he
stinks.
does. I'm not sure if he uses toothpaste. He might use
He's
some
got
of
his
that,
baking soda mixture.
Oh,
and
yeah, that's right.
Stuff, yeah.
the baking
Yeah.
soda mixture.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Isn't there like coconut oil too?
There you go.
They say
That
you
too,
can,
yeah.
you can
Yeah.
rinse with coconut oil.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You're well versed in this.
Yeah.
Yeah. We know it all. You know how musicians are. They just
You make do
we
with
got
what you got.
times, That's right.
Should we have Matt choose
Let
one?
me
Do
pick
another?
one out here.
Yeah,
Let's
sure.
see.
Okay.
Pick a good one now.
Matt told me
some.
beforehand he loves this segment, so it's
Aw.
only right that he pulls his
Just
own.
got real. I thought that was very funny. Being a songwriter, come up with a phrase. Everybody in Nashville always has these quirky, come in with song titles that are like
Oh,
plays on words and stuff like that. So
I'm sure.
you get that a lot. If you had to get a tattoo right now, what would you get?
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh man, that's a good one. We always talked about. We're actually talking to Kix Brooks back when Carolina was about to go #1. He's like, "Are you guys all going to get tattoos of, for Carolina going to #1?" And we were like, "Yeah, we'll definitely do it." And we never went in and did it. So I guess if I had to get one, it might be of Carolina, take my name just away. Girl of mine, I have to do like 4.
That
good
was
problem
That
to
was
have.
the one we were supposed to get.
Yeah, everybody get the same tattoo for Carolina going #1, but
I'm surprised you
That was a-
don't.
It's coming.
yeah,
Okay.
I don't know. We hadn't got any in a while. Got
Yeah,
some
it's been a while.
removed, but I haven't.
Oh,
got
wow.
it. Yeah,
That would have been a great segment if we were like, we have a tattoo artist here that's
right
gonna.
here.
Oh, we would do it.
Surprise,
We would definitely do it.
surprise.
What would you get?
It's a good question. I only have one tattoo, and I got it a year ago, which is just our wedding date.
Right on.
nice.
But that was my first tattoo. Probably something to do with our dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Probably like like a Remington gun or like a lily flower.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
talked about
Or
that.
a Remington gun shooting lily flowers out of it.
it's coming. I can see it.
Yeah.
You're gonna get one soon.
I like the ones with their ears too, because Remy's ears
Yeah.
are like this, and our
Oh,
other
yeah.
dog's ears
Oh,
flop
like
down,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they have like the cute
that's
little
awesome.
outlines of those.
Yeah,
Those
that's
ones are
another good
cute.
one. Well, guys, thank you for joining us. It means a lot. For people that don't know, we are friends. We have been for a while now. We've known your whole story for longer than I think you started talking about it recently. So we're just honored to be a part of this journey of yours, and you guys sharing this with the world.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
Well, thanks for having us, and we're glad that you're doing what you're doing.
Mhm.
Making awareness for this type of stuff.
Yeah.
So
Of course.
it's hard for us to talk about, but it's good for us too.
Yeah.
Yep, for sure.
Mhm.
For people that don't know your guys' story, I mean, there's a lot more to your story, but in 2010,
2010. Yep.
2010, you guys were involved in a robbery-turned-shoot-out that left you, Scott, in a coma
Yep.
for a hot sec.
10 days.
10 days in a coma, 40 in the hospital.
40 in the hospital.
Mm-hmm. Three
Before-
life-saving surgeries.
Three life-saving
Mhm.
surgeries.
Yeah.
Before we go into like that night, I kind of just wanted to go back to that time period, 2010,
Mhm.
and where you guys were at in your career and lives at that moment. Like, how long had you been a band then, and like, what did everyday life look like in 2010?
Well, we
A
were
lot of fun.
Yeah, we're brothers, so we've been playing music our whole lives together. And our first cousin Barry is in the band with us, and our best friend Josh.
Yep.
At this point in 2010, Parmalee had been a band for 9 years,
9 years.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yep.
unsigned, just trying to make it happen. Things
Wow.
almost happened, they didn't happen, and we were just we were working day jobs. Scott and I were running a logging company, cutting trees.
Oh wow.
Old lumberjack.
Lumberjacks, yeah.
Crap.
Josh was on a construction job. Barry was helping his dad at the furniture rental business, repoing furniture. We were doing just basic $10 an hour jobs for the most part,
Wow.
and playing on the weekends. But we
Okay.
we were always hoping that something was going to happen with the music, and going after every opportunity we could.
Yeah.
So it was we'd work Monday through Thursday, and then we'd take off and go play on the weekends. And we had, we had some success regionally, and the band kind of took care of the band. We made it just enough to pay the band's bills and the
Right.
credit cards and all that stuff. But it was at this point in time, we had actually got a production deal, which we'd never had before, which means that the producers, we had been to Nashville and we met these producers, and they liked what we were doing, and we had already recorded Carolina, the version that went number one, and must have had a good time, which was our first single. We had those songs in the bag, and we had these guys that were going to bring us back out to Nashville to hopefully get a record deal.
You
And
had them in the bag, but not released.
not
right?
released yet.
Okay,
We had them
okay.
to shop to all the labels, and I mean, the story heading up to that is even crazier. Like it just goes on and on. But at this point, particular time, this had happened in September of 2010, September 21st, and before that, we were out in Nashville in May, June, July, having all this happen, which for us was the biggest thing that had ever happened to this band.
Oh yeah, we were in the studio, recorded Carolina, the actual version you hear today.
That's crazy.
And then one of them.
Yeah.
So there was just 2 demos
Yeah.
at that time. And we were pumped. I mean, it was like, I think we have a chance. And they said, we'll shop you at this label, which they work with. Or if that doesn't work, we're going to shop you at a couple more. And we were just like, finally, after 10, 12 years, we were like, grinding, let's get it done. And we did. So we came home, started practicing, rehearsing a new set, trying to, and write more songs.
Yeah,
basically.
we were pumped. I mean, we were at this point. We had kind of kicked around regionally, and nobody could find where we fit in, which still can, I guess,
Yeah,
in a lot of ways. What is this Parmalee?
Parmalee sound.
But we had so many record deals that were almost about to happen, and they never happened.
Right.
And, it just never happened for us because we were just a little bit different than everything. We weren't really a country band. We weren't really a rock band. We weren't really a pop band. We were somewhere in between all that, which is what we are now.
Yeah.
We're a country rock pop band.
Okay.
It's kind of hard.
Yeah, but we finally went to Nashville and met the guys, and we had this awesome version of Carolina, and this other song Must Have Had a Good Time, and we were just really excited because we finally, we had a shot, and this was all happening. It was most exciting time, and I think we were supposed to go back to Nashville in a couple weeks. We were playing shows. Like we picked this one week. We were like, we got to rehearse. We got to go play any show we can just to play these new songs. We got to do a showcase. And it was like,
a showcase is basically you play 3 to 6 songs in front of record execs.
Okay.
It's not like a big concert. I mean, you're basically nerve-wracking, and so you come back and play them your songs, and they basically say, we want to work with you or not.
Right.
It's very nerve-wracking.
Yeah, that is a lot of pressure.
Anybody knows to do that.
and we tanked those like 3
Really?
times before.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, man.
We've been to L.A., we've been
LA,
to
Atlanta, New York doing them. I mean, and just got told no, and it all led to things though. It didn't cause us to say we quit. It caused us to understand constructive criticism and to not get mad about it, but go learn from it, and then to move to the next.
Work harder, write better songs, work on
Find the positive out of it, and chase that instead of dwelling on the negative, which I think is a life lesson, which is kept us going. But all this excitement, all this is happening. We're going to Nashville in a couple weeks, and you're at the finally going to get this this record deal, get all this. Man, we had so much credit card debt racked up because of this band. It's just this was going to be the shot, and and then on a Monday night, 2 guys try to rob us on our RV, and he gets shot 3 times, and his doctor says he's got a 5% chance of living. That's just a synopsis. I mean, the details are just way crazier.
Yeah.
And you're just doing good, and then the train just completely goes off the tracks.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what do you do?
Yeah. So that night, where were you guys playing?
just a little bar.
Just a bar?
In South Carolina. Yeah.
Mhm.
Just a little small bar. Practice show Monday night.
Yeah.
Huh.
Made $15-20.
15.
Oh, see, he knows.
$15.
We made $15.
It must have been like $1 cover charge.
Well, we had to pay the sound. Yeah, $50 for sound. I think maybe 25 people showed up. But like I said, we were just going that whole week, and we called them up and said, "Can we come play? We want to play to get to rehearse,
Yeah.
practice,
Yeah.
rehearse." So
Yeah.
it was just one of those shows.
For you guys, yeah.
Yeah.
When trying out new products, I can definitely be a little skeptical of what is in them and what products I'm trying. And Ritual knows that every good skeptic deserves a multivitamin that truly exceeds your standards. I like taking my Ritual Essential for Women vitamins every morning as part of my morning routine. I get up, I do my whole face routine, brush my teeth, come downstairs to make a breakfast and coffee, and I take my vitamins with it. A clinically backed multivitamin for women 18 and older with high quality, traceable key ingredients in clean, bioavailable forms. There's 9 key ingredients in 2 delayed release capsules per day that optimize your body's absorption. And they're gentle on an empty stomach, which is great. They also have a nice little minty essence to them, which I love. No More Shady Business Rituals Essential for Women 18 and Older is a multivitamin you can actually trust. Get 25% off your first month at ritual.com/thesqueeze. Start Ritual or add Essential for Women 18 and Older to your subscription today. That's ritual.com/thesqueeze for 25% off. Rooted in nature and innovated with science, Clarins has a long legacy of creating industry-first plant-forward products. Using a skin charger complex made of 2% niacinamide and sea holly bioextract, Clarins Multi-Active Cream has been clinically proven to target the first visible signs of aging by smoothing lines and wrinkles, refining pores, evening tone and texture, and strengthening the skin's moisture barrier. And I've been using Clarins for a few months now, and even though I don't feel old yet, I did just turn 27, and that's a whole other story. But I know it's important to take care of your skin no matter how old you get to help prevent signs of aging. And I've already begun to notice that my skin has been more glowy, and my pores have definitely started to get smaller, which is great. You can go to clarins.com/thesqueeze and get Multi-Active Day and Night Cream for 10% off, a free welcome gift, plus free shipping on your first order. I know, it's a lot. That's Clarins, CLARINS.com/thesqueeze with promo code thesqueeze. Clarins.com/thesqueeze with promo code thesqueeze. So then you guys play your set. You come back to your bus,
RV.
We did call it a bus. Though.
It was
to us. That RV was a bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You come back to your RV. Can you just walk us through what exactly happened? Are you both inside or what?
We were so excited about this RV. It was really new. We built bunks in the back of it. We had our little party lights up.
Oh, wow.
So unfortunately, we being nice, we invited the sound guy to come in and say, "Hey, check out our RV. We just got it. Thank you for, working with us tonight.
Yeah.
And come on in." Young guy. And we're just kind of hanging out.
Get ready to pack up.
Pack up.
Josh and Barry was still in the club, and we were, just out there about to pull the RV up to where we were going to unload, play some new songs, that kind of stuff. And just get a knock at the door. I'm assuming it's some of our friends or some, Josh or Barry, assuming it's those guys wanting to come on up, and we're going to, get ready to leave and get out of there.
Right.
And when I open the door, there's a gun to my head.
They come up pretty quick.
Yeah, pretty quick. Just bum rush me. Give me effing cash. Two guys in bandanas.
Mm.
And RV has kind of like steps
Yeah.
going up the little door, and push me up into that. Give me effing cash. At this time, Scott's in the back of the RV. Now he's
kind of confused. I'm like, what's going on? But I hear him.
You can hear them.
Yeah. I mean, it's small. It's
Yeah.
RVs.
Yeah.
it's about as wide as what we're sitting in right
Yeah,
now.
it's very small. So I see it in split second. I mean, you have 5 seconds, and I'm like, he yells, "Scott, I need some help."
Oh.
And the guy's like, "Give me your effing," pow, shoots the gun right by my head. Give me your cash. I'm serious business.
And I
I
really
didn't
did.
realize I didn't realize that he fired.
Oh yeah, that was when it got real.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I
Jeez,
mean,
I
you
didn't
imagine
believe it.
shooting a gun in here right now, how loud it is, and
Oh,
it's all
yeah.
like just
right
then
by
it
your
just
head.
goes to adrenaline. What's
Were
going on?
you afraid to call for his help in that moment?
No, I wasn't. But I knew he was a concealed carrier,
Uh-huh.
and he had his firearm.
I
And
put one under the bunk, really.
Wow.
yeah, and I don't know. I just was backed up, and I said, "Scott, I need some help." And that's when he came from the back, and
They didn't know what I was doing. I'm pretty sure I just kind of put my hand up and held the gun behind my back, walking
Oh.
up. So they probably thought I was bringing cash. So when I walked up very slowly and I got close enough for probably like me and you, I was like,
Mm.
I got you now. But it's not like the movies. When you shoot people, they don't just fall out and die. So once I shot at him, I was moved to the next guy where he's still shooting and I'm shooting, and we're all this close. Luckily, he didn't
I
get
know
hit.
there's no
You
rhyme
just,
or reason
back
I didn't
out.
get shot.
How
I
far
mean,
apart are you guys?
No, like a foot.
Yeah, like us.
way
right here.
closer than us. I mean,
Wow,
we're all
I
in
didn't
this.
realize it was.
I mean,
that
if,
close.
Because I walked up, I didn't do it from the back. I just kind of
Right.
got as close as I could because I wanted to make sure that I had to do what I had to do and it was going to, work. And then this one guy's here, and I said he's probably going to die, and I moved to the next guy. and he was shot too, but he ran out
You ran out of the bus.
and fell out. And then I noticed I had been shot because I felt the burn in my abs, and I was like, oh, I've been hit. And pretty much, I don't remember much after that, probably a minute, less than a minute.
Yeah.
I kind of remember the police officer over top of me with lights and stuff because it was kind of crazy. And I remember just saying, just please don't let me die. And I'm sitting there holding, sorry. And I passed out. That's the last thing I remember till we got in the hospital.
Really?
Until I woke up after the coma.
So you don't remember ambulance ride or anything like
and
that?
Luckily they got me on a helicopter and transported me to Charlotte.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And that saved my life too.
I mean, all the circumstances.
Everything was just quick. The police officer was next door at McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
He was right there. So he got me fast. Everything was fast.
Wow.
I wouldn't be here.
Yeah. I mean, it was crazy. Everything happened fast. Luckily, thank God that cop was next door. And he came over and was able to call it in. First responders got there fast. I mean, the last thing I remember, Scott was bleeding out on the couch, and he's like, "They got me."
Yep.
And I was like, you're in shock, and you're deaf. You just 9 gunshots or 12. I don't remember how many it was. Just went off in this area as big as we're sitting in. Smoke, all that just goes on. But luckily, somebody opened the door as soon as. I mean, it was fast. Somebody was there, and then they were able to take him off. And I think he bled out twice in the helicopter because it hit him in his one, right over here, over your heart, one through your stomach, and one in your butt that got your femoral artery, and that was
I call it the Forrest Gump shot, but it was really the bad one because it clipped my artery.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, that was
that was a tough one.
Oh, yeah, because I would think that one would be like fine.
I know.
The one by the heart. And
This
the
one's
stomach.
still here. It's in here, right here. I got a scar right here, but the bullet's still in here.
The bullet's still in there.
Yep.
Oh, wow. So you sorry, I'm just really fascinated by this. You remember the feeling of being shot?
Oh, yeah. It's like
That
they
is
said,
wild.
burning, hot lead burning you, or somebody putting a hot piece of metal on you.
Oh,
Yep, for sure.
my gosh.
I do remember that.
Wow.
And then in the hospital, most of the recuperating or whatever I was doing, I had to get a skin graft. I remember some of those pains when you have to do stuff like that. But
Oh, wow.
So this all happens, and they get him on an ambulance and finally on the helicopter, which we didn't know anything about, and all the commotion. We had to call parents at 3 and 2 in the morning or whatever it was. I mean, that phone call was the worst.
the worst.
And then
Because at this point, we have no idea what's
got
going
no
to happen.
idea where he's at or anything. I don't know how we figured out where he was going. I mean, and we had already, the whole scene, the commotion, everything went down, and it was nothing. There was nobody there but me and Josh and Barry. And Josh has got this little Ford Ranger, which, small compact pickup. And we had to get in that, us 3, and we drove.
Yeah, because you guys probably had to leave the bus there.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean, all that, but we were like, where do we go and what do we do? And so we had to drive like 45 minutes to an hour, just us 3, like, what's going on? And we go to the hospital.
You were told where they were transporting him
Yeah,
to,
they were
so
like,
then-
he's at Charlotte's Medical Center.
Okay.
And we get to that place, and we're in the ER, and one of the guy that lived, his parents were over across the way.
No.
So we had to go into that, and it's like, what's going on here? And then
like the waiting room.
oh
with
yeah,
you?
in the ER, yeah.
Yeah, that's
And so we
Did you conversate with them, or was it you
no,
just?
there wasn't. I mean, there was distraught on their end and our end too. There was no reason to.
Yeah.
What are you gonna say?
Yeah.
So they pull us back, and this doctor meets us in the hallway, and he just his look was just bad. He was just like, I mean, literally like that. He's like, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you guys that most people with these injuries have about a 5% chance of living. And so we were like, oh, I didn't think it 1 minute though. We wasn't going to make it. I ain't going to lie. None of us did.
Mm-hmm.
We were like, we got it.
You were
be fine.
you were planning to lose him.
Well, no, I was. I didn't. I didn't think he was going to.
I don't think anybody.
Nobody
was.
really thought he was going to.
Oh.
We thought he was going to make it. We didn't
Oh.
think he was going to.
Even
Not make it.
after he told you
Yeah,
this?
even after he told me that, I was like, oh, he's got it. He's got it. He's
Yeah.
going to be good. Something just told us.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. And so that's how it all started, and then he's in a coma for 10 days. Trach and just like they had to bust him open.
Yeah.
And,
What were the surgeries that you had, if you remember?
He would have to
Scott's
tell me.
like, I was.
you know, I don't.
So
I can't
they
remember each
basically-
surgery.
I have a scar here, so they opened me up and then went inside, clipped the artery,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
and then that caused my leg to swell. So I had a fasciotomy, which is where they cut you on the side to relieve this.
Yeah.
Lymphatic fluid.
Yeah,
Yeah, and that's his kick
this is
drum
my
leg.
kick
you
drum
know?
leg. So
And
they're like, oh, he's gonna lose his leg. He may lose his foot. He may lose it from here. But each day it got better and better and better.
Wow.
And then all this was just, I don't even know what surgery that is. You know what they had to do here.
well, yeah.
But this was the main thing. It seemed like for a while.
Well, for us, because I felt like everything else was repairable.
Yeah.
You know, and we were like, he's gonna have what they call drop foot, where your leg doesn't, your foot can't.
Mm.
Oh
just
yeah,
the
so-
flex.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Mm.
Because he was filleted, like imagine a fillet right here,
If-
and it had these wound vacs here, just fluid, and he swelled up like a balloon, and you know they're saying he could lose his leg, he could, you know, all this stuff because they have to tell you the worst, and we're having to deal with that the whole time, and he's on, you know, well first it was a trach, which finally on the last day at the last minute they were able to pull it out.
Mm.
It's on dialysis, and it was like.
Oh, wow.
Up to the last minute, the
Mhm.
last day, they were able to get him off of that. Like just these little victories
Yeah.
And then
over.
they would help me. We had to walk on
Oh,
a
yeah.
walker a certain amount before they would let you out of the hospital.
Yeah.
Oh, I was doubling or tripling it. And they're like, you can't leave yet. All my friends were like, work like a workout. You're gonna get up twice a day. We're gonna
Yeah,
and I was like, yes, that's what kept us going.
we stayed in Charlotte for 40 days.
Yep.
Me, Barry, and Josh did. We switched times up. Somebody would leave, somebody would come in, and they actually put the other guy on the same floor too. So his buddies were coming up to see him, and that was kind of scary too. We didn't know how that was
Yeah.
going to be.
Was there like police in front of his
Hell
door?
no.
Anything?
No, none of that.
Yeah, that's
None of
such
that
a
back
crazy
then. No.
situation. You
Yeah.
would think that there would need to be some like high level security.
And it wasn't really at
nothing,
all.
zero. And one day,
What?
Josh and I were on the couch, just in the waiting room, whatever, and they rolled dude right beside us, just right in front of us. He was on his table. Like I was like,
Was the other guy pronounced dead at the scene?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
I cannot believe that he was on the same floor and y'all were just like,
It wasn't
Oh.
good.
no, we
Yeah, I
actually
mean,
went to like Target and got like khaki pants and hats and kind of changed our look just so because we didn't know how far it went as far as like gang related or some of that stuff.
yeah.
But they recognized. I mean, they were like, "There's the guys." I mean, it never escalated into anything. But at this point, all this craziness just happens. You don't know what's going on. You don't know
Yeah.
what the repercussions are or what's happening. You know.
Yeah.
But it all panned out. And shout out to those doctors at the Charlotte
Man.
Medical Center.
Mhm.
They just, man, they were the best. But we did everything we could to get him out of there because we didn't want any infections and that kind of stuff. But he actually came home. He still had wound vacs on his leg and on his
Yep.
stomach, and it was
wow.
bad. And we had to get a minivan and put him in the back of
Personal
that.
nurse here.
Yeah, I
really
learned
was.
quick.
Oh,
We learned.
wow.
But if it wasn't for our fans and our families
Yep.
and our friends who raised money the whole time, and that was
wow.
a big deal for us, like knowing that we still had something on the burner in Nashville to finally get this band going. Local bands, people in Nashville actually that heard about it,
Yep.
all our friends and families and everybody that we kind of, I guess, you know, came in touch with in life and through our music, they started raising this, you know, Help
Wow.
Parmalee fund, and they
No
raised
way.
money so we could pay credit card bills
Yep.
and we could pay rent and all this stuff because, you know, we couldn't work, we couldn't do anything. And they really bailed us out of that one and helped us out. So that
Mhm.
was a lot for, a lot of cover bands back home. All the bands were just doing shows to help Parmalee out.
That's
And so
cool.
Wow.
it gave us just some hope to be like, all right, we got to keep this going.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was the motivation to get him out of there, just playing songs, and we got to get back to
And
Nashville.
we got to
gotta
get
go.
back to Nashville, get this record deal and all that good stuff. So
Wow.
there was a lot of hope. And that's what I focused on, getting
Yeah.
well, trying to play the drums again, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think 4 months later,
4 months later.
we
So
went
that-
back to Nashville. So it was in February, actually.
Yep.
Went back to Nashville and did our showcase. and that's when we
I hobbled on stage. I still had this little leg brace and played 6 songs.
And that's when you got the record deal?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the owner of the label at the time just came up, gave us a big hug, said, "You passed the test. Let's get a record deal." And here we are. Like,
Wow.
what did we just go through?
Yeah.
But that, that's life, or what we're here to talk about, because you could be down and out, but just keep going.
Yeah.
Never know what's around the corner.
Yeah, for real.
So couples therapy is not just for crisis management. It's not for when ish hits the fan.
Mm-hmm.
It can be just as proactive as individual therapy. And Cerebral is here to help you and your partner reach your goals through professional therapy 100% online, giving you the tools to handle life's hurdles together and experience the best version of your relationship. Plus, Cerebral Couples Therapy has a unique approach. You'll get a clear roadmap for improving your relationship in an accessible, judgment-free environment.
Yeah, therapy has been a big part of both of our individual lives, but it especially, couples therapy and going together and just talking through things has been massive for us.
Yeah, and Cerebral therapists are skilled, licensed, and certified, and they receive ongoing support and training to help you and your partner reach your relationship goals.
Yeah.
And help you stay on track. To get started on your path towards connecting and thriving together, Cerebral is giving our listeners 15% off their first month of couples therapy.
Ooh.
Get started at Cerebral.com/couples and use code THESQUEEZE to get 15% off your first month. That's Cerebral, CEREBRAL.com/couples and use code THESQUEEZE for 15% off your first month. Offer only valid on monthly plans. Other exclusions may apply. See site for details.
At what point during this was, because I know there was a trial, right? Like,
Oh yeah, we had to do that too.
That was
That was
pretty
after
hard.
we got to. That was probably a year later,
that
right?
was later?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Mm.
That was pretty hard too.
That sucked too. I ain't gonna lie.
Because
You had
you testified.
Yeah,
You did not.
Yeah,
yeah.
and your friends were talking for you. It was hard.
To clarify for those who are listening, Matt testified, Scott did not.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
He did give the other guy that's in prison now. He went up to his mom and hugged her in the court.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. I
wow.
just told him, I was like, "I'm sorry it happened. I'm sorry this whole thing happened, and I forgive him." I just said I forgive him, and I'm sorry all this happened. Gave her a hug and all that stuff, and she was like, I got one of the officers in the court said he's never seen anybody do that, and I was like, I just have to, in my heart, forgive and forget, or I'm going to live like most people do with
Yeah.
hatred or animosity, or I don't know. But at that time, I was like, if I don't let this go here, and that was at the court date.
Was
I
that
just had-
hard for you, or
Not really. I just had to let it go. I mean,
wow?
those guys made a bad decision, and somebody lost their life,
Yeah.
and he had to go to prison. So it's tough.
What was it like testifying?
I can't even really remember. It was pretty
It was
emotional.
tough.
Yeah, I mean, it was. Yeah, I mean, you got to relive it, and you can't finally get out of it, and then you got to go right back into it. You know.
Was that like the first time you kind of like relived it? Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably. Yeah, because we had a lot of positive, fun things happen,
yeah,
which thank God. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
Imagine going in there if you didn't make it.
yeah.
That would have been horrible. And then you're back at your day job, and you're like, your music career's done, and everything you worked for all those years is gone. That would have sucked.
Yeah.
I knew this. I knew the story, but like learning all these details, I'm like,
Yeah.
it's just like shocking that like you guys are just like when you hear these stories, they're like, on the news, and it like doesn't seem like
Yeah.
it seems so like out of touch almost.
Yep.
But like for you guys to be sitting here, like, like we've hung out, we like, we've seen your shows, we've
Yeah.
hung out, like we're good friends with your wife. So it's just like, it's crazy that like something like that like happened
It
to
really
you guys.
is. And I think every time we tell a story, they're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
It kind of soaks in more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we always just kind of lay on the fact that it could have been worse, and there's other people that have definitely gone through things
Yeah.
way worse.
Yeah.
And the outcome wasn't as good. So, it's got to look at it like that. Like, I'll be thankful for where you at, and you know,
That
kinda
every day,
move
thankful
on.
for
That's
every
right, for
day.
everything that happens.
Yeah.
Every day when you wake up,
No, it's yeah.
you just got to be.
Yeah. So you've now physically recovered. How soon, like post event, did you kind of start to feel any type of mental health struggle from that?
I can say, we were so busy, which was good. But my focus was just the band, the
Mhm.
songs, the record deal,
Yeah.
Just keeping it
just
together.
keeping busy. And actually, things did take off. Once the first single came out. So here we go. We're on this ride, and I would probably say it took about, I know it's unbelievable, maybe 5 years.
Yeah.
It was when we slowed down a little.
Yeah.
Success had settled in.
Yeah.
Things were great. Paid off all the credit cards. Had some money in the bank account. We had a number one hit, working on probably our third.
Yeah.
To me, this is my story. I don't know about him, but I think it was about 5 years that something kind of hit me that I was like, whoa, I almost died.
Yeah.
Basically that. And probably some grandparents passed away at that time. A few things always
Mhm.
trigger it,
Mm.
but that definitely, it was 5 years. It
Yeah.
was
That would-
literally 5 years. So it would have been the 3-year run,
It's probably around the time Grandma Thomas died. She
Yep.
died in
which
2016.
was, very Thomas' side, my dad's mother, and
Mhm.
very close. But just really brought perspective, like what just happened,
Yeah.
and that was about a couple weeks of wow thought and like what's going on, but I worked through it, and then I realized what it was. Maybe you're kind of like, oh, that did happen.
Yeah.
You didn't really have time to,
Yeah.
I don't know the word, just
Yeah.
but-
To like
So-
but
process
to
it.
process it, yeah.
Yeah.
When you're that busy, that's why people go to work all the time. They just want to stay busy
Yeah.
because it's a lot easier to stay busy and not think about what you're trying to process.
Yeah. When
Yeah.
you sit still.
And I'm still learning about all this. I wouldn't have known that, but I can say it was delayed
Yeah. I know. I mean,
reaction.
I know for myself, obviously this is nothing similar, but working, like I worked through COVID as a nurse, and that, left me with some like severe like PTSD and
Oh,
like
yeah.
just going through that. And I didn't realize that I was really struggling until I removed myself from the hospital. I ended up getting COVID, which was annoying because I didn't get it working at the hospital. I got it in the outside world, which I was
Yeah.
like, what are the odds of that? But I ended up being out of work for like 2 months because I was so sick. And that was when I finally like started to process like what I had gone through and kind of what was going on. But it's so crazy that, that it takes something, removing yourself from the situation, like
Yep.
actually having that quiet time,
Being
Yep.
still.
being
it is,
still.
It is. But it is good for you because there's something that needs to be worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've wondered, for you, Scott, although totally in self-defense, you killed someone.
Yeah.
Is there a weight that
Think probably that day I left that weight because
Mm.
I haven't felt anything that heavy on me because I had to leave that stuff there that day, and I had to do what I had to do, and I still would do it.
Yeah, of course.
I didn't like getting shot, of course, but I've made my decision, and no, I haven't had
Yeah.
an issue with that part
Yeah.
as much as the life thing and
Yeah.
getting through it and realizing that really did happen. But I left it there at that courtroom,
Yeah.
forgiving the situation, and it sucked that we were in it, but I had to let it go.
Yeah.
I had to let it go. If that's anything, I think if you're angry or whatever's going on, you're going to have to eventually let it go because it'll eat you up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you have like such a light about you, and like,
you are like a happy person. Like you have just like this natural, like just like life-giving personality about you. And, you know, I think that you being able to do that day, I don't think you would, you know, be the same happy-go-lucky person
Nah,
if
it wouldn't.
you were still holding that. Matt, during that downtime, did you experience anything, or was it just? It also doesn't need to be anything if it wasn't.
No, I think we got it all out when we had to go through all the shit in the hospital and then, you know, the rehabbing him when he was in that fog of like not knowing what was going on. Like that was, you know, it was a lot of emotions just pouring the whole time. You know, it was nonstop. So
And
once we got him on the road to recovery and we got that record deal, it's like game on, let's go. We gotta.
It's very
work,
fortunate
you know?
that our career did take off. It could have been over. You know, they could be.
Yeah.
I couldn't be here, and he could be. You know, whatever. But having that positive light and that stuff that happened really gave us drive and more drive and focus, and where someone else may not, you know, have that. So it's hard to say. Everybody's situation is different, you know.
Yeah.
But we also have an amazing group of friends that have been with us for a long time. Some childhood friends, some friends from college, some friends that we made that I mean like solid.
Yep.
You know, Josh signed up to give Scott a kidney if you had to. We all did. I mean, it was like we were all in. So, you know, it's not somebody that is just there for the minute. We've had some. I mean, and we still continue to have a great set of friends that we can call or rely on anything. And so we all dealt with that stuff together as a group.
That's our first therapy session.
Yeah,
I really did
was.
call my friends and I'm feeling weird about this situation. Oh yeah, I understand that. I did this, and I think while we're here is you got to talk about it to somebody, anybody. And it's sad if you are alone and you don't want to, but people are going through things. We all do. They're different, but they're the same.
Yeah.
Somebody understands how you're feeling.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Anxiety, depression. Somebody else knows, and they know exactly how you feel, and you think, no, they don't. You can't understand how I feel right now, but they do. Yeah. And then you have to talk to people, and then you're like, oh, you feel like me, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I get it. So yeah, our friends are.
Oh yeah,
big
they
part
were
of
big rocks for us too.
And I still are, because I still call them.
Yeah.
I'll still lay it on them.
They're stuck with
They
you.
didn't know what they were signing up for.
But they do it to me too. I can tell when my friends call me, I'm like, hey, what's wrong? Oh, work, usually work, or something's aggravating them. Oh, I get it. You're getting a little, you know, we call it a funk.
Yeah.
You know, a little funk. You're a little bit, yeah, man, I just need to talk. And then the next day they'll text, oh, man, I'm so happy you called me, or I called you, and we both all do it.
Just get it out.
Right at the right time. It's always.
That's so
but
great
you do
that
need to get it out.
you guys have that, because I feel like for men, we talk about men's mental health a lot. It's awesome that like you guys as grown men have that in friendships.
It is crazy. And I think going through a lot. We've lost best friends at a young age. This group.
Yeah.
With my best friend, before all this happened, and that just brought everybody closer, and we understand that.
Yeah.
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 That was a big part of it.
Losing
our best friend back in the day brought this group really close. Yeah.
Dang.
Did you, while like he was in the coma in the hospital, or even after, did you ever feel some form of survivor's guilt? You know, people talk about that all the time. Like, you know, that could have been me, that should have been me. Any form of that.
I'm sure. I probably did, but
I
don't know. I mean, it was so much going on, and it was just, I don't know. Like, it's hard to remember some of that stuff, but everybody was around though. You know, like I said, our group, they were there the whole 40 days, and we were all there for each other, crying together, and just being, you know,
this
unit.
Group, we're talking about most
same
of them
people.
were there and just left their jobs and
came up. You
That's
know,
incredible.
So we had everybody around all the time. But I mean, I don't know. I just felt like I just kept my mind on like we got to get him out of here. We got to get him out of here.
And then
once he
focusing
came
on
out of the
music.
coma and stuff.
Yeah.
So they're always focusing focusing on music. They actually set a studio up where I was recuperating.
No way.
Yeah. I have this great place back home where we all go love, and I recuperated there. And they had a studio out because they want to stay busy too. Because
Yeah.
I think that's what it was. We stayed
busy.
busy as we possibly could. Between the shifts at the hospital and what's next, and I'm coordinating with the people back in Nashville and everybody just helping out and just keeping it going. It was enough to keep me busy. I didn't really have idle time. I couldn't imagine if I was by myself with idle time.
Right.
Yeah.
And
that would have been tough.
I feel like when I was in the coma or I was in the hospital, they had different worries than I did. I was just worried about getting well. I didn't have any thoughts about the shooting or anything. Just get well. And then they had to see all that stuff and go through me being there in the hospital. So they had a little bit of different perspective on what I was going through. Just get well.
Yeah.
Let's recuperate. I treat it like working out. I get to work out every day. I get to get better. But
we had to
they
hear
had to
all the
live through a
worst
lot.
case scenarios
Yeah.
of everything. Well, don't tell Scott, but he might lose his leg, and we got one more day before we're gonna have to find out. And it was always that. And
But it's like I said, it's two different types of trauma. Or he definitely felt different than me, and Josh and Barry do too.
Yeah.
But
Your song. Can we jump into the song, or do you have any more questions?
I was gonna bring up the therapy we were talking about
Okay,
earlier.
go ahead.
Oh
yeah.
We were talking about therapy earlier, but I'm curious, like, if I know that's kind of like a newer thing. If there's, you guys have kind of touched on the tools that you guys have used being your friends, but I'd love to hear, like, if it's been therapy,
now.
like what have those tools been for you guys?
I think we got a lot of tools now. I do, and you're right. Being men, therapy is just like what?
Tough.
I got my boys, and we go have a couple beers, and we're gonna work it out. That's a guy thing.
It'll
so
work itself out.
it'll work itself out. But first of all, I have my Calm app. I love it. I started a couple years ago.
Oh,
I really like it.
Do you do
I
the
got
meditations?
my daily Calm. I got my 10-minute daily Calm. I got my nighttime sleeping routines a lot.
I
Oh
love
yeah,
that.
trust me. Maybe I need to do some voices on that.
You should.
That would be great.
But that really was one of the first things. I couldn't believe it. I tried it a few times, and then I had to, I dove in.
Wow.
But we exercise a lot. That has been one of our things our whole life.
Yes, since I was. We did sports growing up. But
We played sports. So after high school, we decided that music was. Once we played our first high school party, we were in. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. You're like, oh wow, everybody loves this. But after high school, not playing sports anymore, we went to more weight training and stuff like that.
Just the whole health and fitness thing.
Yeah,
Man,
health
it's
and
been a
fitness.
lifesaver.
It's a big part of us, and I don't know what I'd do without that. Just walking, running.
Yeah.
Love lifting
so
weights.
important.
I just love it all. So
Yeah.
and then therapy, yeah, I'm new to it. We got this great, I was talking about earlier, this great thing in Nashville. It's called Porter's Call. It's for musicians, free of charge. They have, you can donate to it, but that was my first experience with that, and I'm gonna keep going to that, and I'll probably talk these guys into going one day. But I think it's a part of it. I think people need to do it, even us guys don't want to do it. But you're just talking to somebody. If you can, it's important to find a person that, like,
You
we're
connect
comfortable with
with.
you guys right now.
Yeah.
That's what's the most important.
Yeah.
Is finding that person that you can talk to.
Yeah, and don't get discouraged if, the first person you talk to, you don't have that with.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had a couple.
Yeah. It's
but-
like a relationship. It's like you date around. You got to like find your
It really
therapist.
is.
You
It
know,
really
you got to
is.
find who
It
you
really
vibe
is.
with.
But you're basically just talking, and you never know what's going to pop up. But
Yeah.
I think you should do it. People should try it, even us dudes.
There you go.
I love that.
I'm
You
an
heard it.
advocate for country boy therapy too.
Oh yeah.
Outdoors, fishing, hunting, especially with your buddies, and
Yeah.
just
Oh
getting
yeah.
out.
And anything outdoors.
Yeah.
I mean, we're just walking.
That was
in
the first time we met Scott. It was over
On
FaceTime.
FaceTime.
Really?
We were
Oh,
we were
yeah.
wine tasting with his wife and a couple other friends, and she FaceTimes him. He goes, "Babe,
Yeah, you're whispering.
babe, I'm in the stand."
Deer stand, yeah.
Was that?
Yes.
Okay.
It was so
I'm
funny.
in the
She was like, I'll introduce. We had like wine at this point. We were probably on our third
Our third winery.
And she's like, I want to introduce you guys. And she calls you and you're like, babe, I'm in the stand.
She's like, what?
Oh, you're in stand right now.
Yeah, that
So
country boy
funny.
therapy is what we call it. Yeah, and
I love
I love it too. You got to get outdoors. You know, people are in the house a lot. If you can, get out.
Yeah.
Tree bathing, isn't that what they call it? You ever heard of that?
I haven't.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Just
Get out in the
walking in the
woods,
forest.
man.
I think it's
Oh.
called tree bathing. Just touch them, walk around, stare up, just enjoy it.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
We're going to learn some new terms.
I know.
It definitely is. That's what I learned it. So I'm like, you're right. I will. They say, put your hand right on the tree, leave your worries right on it,
Wow.
let it go.
That's cool.
Whatever that day is.
I
Sleep.
love that.
That is super cool.
I love that.
Okay. Your song, Gonna Love You.
Yeah.
There
It's
we go.
out. It's great. It's crushing it. The video is, autobiographical.
It is as true to the story as we can make it. They
Yeah.
did a great job shooting this video. We did it in a day.
Now one day, a whole day.
Wow.
Yeah.
It
Wow.
was very surreal,
Jeez.
stressful, and
Was it tough?
it
Yeah.
was
Hell
very,
yeah.
very tough
It
for
was.
those guys because, like you said, basically in the video, I'm passed out. I'm in a coma, or so I'm just really laying there. But they had to just go over and over exactly what happened again,
Yeah.
scene after scene, running in.
Yeah, talk about reliving the situation.
That was it.
That's his.
I think I'll be honest with you, the worst part was the hospital room scene.
Yeah,
And then and the robbery scene when the guys came in the RV. I think
we did.
those two moments where they kept shooting, and I think I was at my I think the
I
last
saw-
take I said, "Look, I hope you got it because we got to get out of here."
I saw
And
him
then,
doing it. I said,
yeah,
"We're done. That's it."
I
We
said,
done.
"You got it," and
And that was for the hospital scene.
yeah, and
And the actual
initial-
shooting
the
scene.
actual-
yeah, that was like, man. It's like I can do it. I signed up for it. I can get through it. I was like, but after a while, it gets at you, and it's like,
I
all
mean,
right,
watching the
this is it.
video, like we knew obviously what the song was about, and that before watching the video, we knew what it was going to be. But watching it, and I've watched it multiple times. I watched it again this morning before y'all came, and it's like I get teary eyed every time because it's just so crazy that like you're literally like laying there with blood on you, and you're like crying to him. Like it's just like
yeah,
it's gut wrenching.
Yeah.
that's pretty much what happened. I
They-
mean,
he
in
wrote-
a synopsis,
Yeah, he wrote this song. This is a beautiful love song. I mean, it's a love song.
Yeah, but it also
And
has
then
this
we said,
meaning here
should
too.
we? It did work out. We started talking about the story, and we should do something about it. And this song was just perfect for it.
Had you been wanting to like share the story, or
Yeah,
and we had, and we when we first got signed and we did our radio tour, we're doing our first interviews. It was fresh,
Yeah.
news, and that was a big thing. But it was still also people ask you, do you want to talk about it? And like, yeah, we can talk about it, but you get some people that want to pry too much, and it starts bringing up these emotions, and it's like, I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Yeah.
So you find a condensed version of it and a lighter version, and you snap it and you get it through. And we've been talking about it, and especially it just kept coming up. People were wanting to know the story, and they were wanting to know what happened and details and all the stuff. And we were like, it's time to do something, whether it's a documentary or whether it's a book or whether it's a behind the music kind of thing. It's just been in the air. People have been asking us, and we were like, we just never wanted to write a song about it.
Right.
You never, I just didn't want to. I wanted to keep positive,
Yeah.
and so we never really had the song. But with this song, we felt like, you know what? Now it's time.
Mm.
Let's go ahead and get this thing off our chest, and we knew what we knew what we wanted to do with the video. We
Yep.
knew we were going to have to go through it. We wanted to act ourselves,
Yep.
and
Wow.
so I think the month leading up to it was probably it got at me. I mean, I
It
know
got at me
like
too,
going
yeah.
about a week before it, I
do
was
that.
like, we got to do this, and man, I tell you, it was a big weight lifted off me when we finally got that thing done, because it was working on me.
Yeah.
And I don't think you said you didn't realize it until after.
Yeah. Afterwards,
Mm.
when I did it that day, it was kind of like you said, I was just like dazed out. It was weird, very weird laying in that thing. But the next morning when I woke up was when I had anxiety. I was like, we just did that. I don't think that was good. I didn't feel like that was good for them.
Mm.
And then I felt bad. I was like, here I go. I put them through that again. That wasn't good. And then
Mm.
after a day or two, it was like, okay,
Then we
this
saw
is
the
going to be
cut.
good. And we
was
saw
like,
the video. We're like, oh, wow, this is
wow.
great. But the next day, so it was kind of delayed. And then probably why I visited Porter's call was
Yeah.
it kind of grinded on me for a while up
Yeah.
till this point. So I
Yeah.
could tell. It just takes time. That's just what the body's so weird in the mind.
Yeah. Everyone's got
so-
a different timeline.
Yep,
Everyone's
yep.
there's no handbook to
Nope.
anything going on up in
No.
Nope.
here.
I just think it's so cool and powerful. Not to take anything away from you, Matt, but
Yeah.
just when you say stuff like that, like you were concerned about them, it just shows how big of a heart you have. That, like, of course, everybody went through a lot in this scenario, but being the guy that was in a coma for 10 days,
The one that got freaking shot.
Oof.
in the hospital for 40 days, that saved your brother's life, for you to be able to say you were worried about them having to relive that, it's just you got a heart of gold.
Well,
dude.
I didn't think about it that way, but now you brought it up. But
Yeah, he does.
the next morning I did. I was like, God, I shouldn't have done that. That was.
It just shows the love. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously you guys love each other. You're
there's
brothers,
there's a
but
bond now that started back then, and that's just why we keep doing what we're doing. We're never going to stop until
yeah.
it's over.
What
Till
is
we're in the grave.
that's fine with me because I love watching you guys perform.
We're gonna do.
Please don't stop.
We always say we're gonna roll and stone this thing.
love that.
Leonard Skinner. We're gonna drag
We'll
it out.
be 80.
Rolling Stones.
Oh
man.
yeah. As long as
Those
you
guys
can
are
wheel
killing
me up
it.
on a wheelchair, I'll swing
Yeah.
my arms or whatever. I'm gonna play. Yeah, whatever.
Who, I saw somebody at it was Stagecoach or Coachella. Was it Axel? He was in
Oh.
I wheeled him on in his wheelchair, and
Rip.
he just sang from his wheelchair the whole time, headlining Coachella. This was a few years ago.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
because he gave it to Dave Grohl, the chair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you talking about Old Dominion?
No, well, there's that chair that Axel had, and then Dave Grohl broke his leg, and Dave got it and rocked it down. I think he gave it to
Really?
OD.
Then he
and
gave it to Old Dominion.
to OD.
And
Oh,
they had it
to
because
Matt.
he hit.
To-
Yeah.
Oh
And
my
he
gosh.
used it.
Really?
Wow, I didn't know
That's so
Axel had
funny.
it first.
Yeah, it was his.
Oh, that's
Wow.
so funny.
Dang.
Wow.
I believe so.
Hopefully
I
we
hope,
don't
I hope
need
I'm
to
right on
use
that.
that.
Hopefully we're done.
Yeah.
What is your guys' hope, dream that people take away from your story and from this song?
I think it's the hope and the perseverance that you can have every odd against you in life and still prevail. You
Yep.
know, and you have to just keep going and keep believing and following that positive light in life instead
Yep.
of surrounding yourself with all this negativity or that one negative comment or the one person that says something bad. Because that's eaten me up before too. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and just the fact that you can really work hard and surround yourself with the right people
That's right.
that can help you out and stick together, and it's all about family and love and friendship and just the passion to want to do something and I mean, it's a crazy story, and that's just, believe it or not, this is one of the things
Scratching
that
the
yeah,
surface.
scratch the surface of all
We got
the
a lot of fun
things
stories,
we've
man.
been through to get to where we are, you know,
It's
and a lot of fun stories too. So
Lot
don't
of
take
fun
this as
stories.
the sob story or whatever, but you know,
We'll talk about those later.
it definitely.
We'll
yeah.
have you
different
back on.
podcasts.
For the-
Yeah.
for
This
the
might be
good
a different
stories.
podcast.
We just hope somebody can find some hope in it. Really.
Yeah.
You
No
know?
matter what you've been through.
Yeah, no
That's
matter what
right.
you've been
It
through, what
doesn't
you're going
define
through.
you.
Yeah, you can still find a way to keep going.
Yeah. And then you guys are going on tour with Kane Brown.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Wee.
We're going on the
That's
In the Air Tonight tour.
that
with
starts
Kane.
in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it starts in 2 weeks. We're rehearsing.
Or I
for
don't know when
that.
this is airing, but
It probably
Yeah.
just started.
Okay, probably just started.
Just
Yeah,
started.
It
Yeah,
just started.
you were
Yeah.
on the road at this point.
that's right.
Yeah. It's funny. We actually had Kane open up for us at our arena back in North Carolina for our
No
back home
way.
show when he was
Shut
just
up.
coming out. Yeah.
So we do a little small town show in
East
our
Carolina.
little East Carolina University. Probably 2,000-3,000 people, but that was big for us. I mean, that's huge for us.
Yeah.
What
And,
year would
This
this
was
have been?
20, probably 15, because Kane
Okay.
had just gotten started. He just came to town. We met him through our attorney, and
Yep.
you know, we knew he was something special, you know, and we're like, let's get him to open up. And I mean, I don't think he'd hardly done any shows. You know, he was
He
just
said he
a
hadn't.
personality on Facebook and was blowing up. And yeah, I mean, and look at him now. I mean, and now we're on tour with him doing
It's
arenas.
great.
That
And,
is
It's
so
great.
cool. How full
it's
circle.
amazing. Yeah,
It is.
Yeah, so
He
He
proud
talked
of him,
about
man.
it last time we spoke to him too.
Yeah.
Wow.
He said, "Will you put me in my first arena show?" And I was like, "I don't know if it was an arena, but it was big
Yeah.
for us. It wasn't that big, but
Yeah.
Now you guys are going to be in proper arenas
we're gonna,
together.
have,
Yeah.
a blast. Though. We're really looking forward to it. Yeah.
Yep.
Hmm.
Dude, that's gonna be awesome. We're gonna come out and see you guys a
Oh,
couple
yeah.
times for sure.
Yes. So we'll leave links for you guys to go stream, to watch this video. You guys need to go watch this music video. It's
Yeah.
insane. But thank you guys so much. I honestly think this has been one of my favorite podcast recordings.
I don't.
You
Oh,
guys
thank you.
just like this. You guys should not have the personalities. You guys should not like. It's truly just a story of resilience and love and brotherhood, which I think is just like
Mhm.
it's so cool.
Yeah, and you both have such a light about you that whenever you're in the same room as either one of you, it just rubs off on whoever you're with.
Yeah.
So it's pretty
Thank you.
cool.
We're gonna
you
use
for-
that
Yeah.
love, brotherhood, and what you say?
Perseverance.
Perseverance.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
That's
it.
the story.
Yeah.
That's
Oh.
it.
We love
Thank
you
y'all
guys.
so much.
Thank
I'm
you.
glad
Thank you
y'all
for
are
having
doing
us.
this, and y'all are doing a great thing.
Thank you.
People need to
Mm,
talk.
thank you.
Can't do it without you guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank y'all.
Thank you so much, Matt and Scott, for coming on the podcast, being so open and vulnerable, and sharing such precious details of a time.
It's not an easy thing to talk about.
Yeah. And we are just so honored that they felt safe enough.
Yeah.
To share about it. And we're just excited for everything that they have coming up.
Yeah.
And
Still, it's crazy to say, because they've been doing this for so long, but I still feel like it's only the beginning for them.
no, it's so true. They're awesome, and they love what they do.
Yeah.
And it's
You can
infectious.
tell.
We'll leave a link for you guys to check out the music video. Gonna Love You down below in the description section. Go ahead and check it out. Also, they're touring with Kane Brown, our buddy Kane.
So excited. We
If-
will be there.
We will be at one of those shows. Will
And
Taylor
you should be too.
will Taylor backflip?
Mm,
That is to be determined.
never know. Chances are high.
As always, be sure to subscribe and or follow to make sure you don't miss any important episodes, updates that we have for you guys. We love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in. We hope you have an amazing rest of your day, amazing rest of your week, and we will see you right back here next Wednesday.
See you next week. Mwah.
This podcast has been brought to you by Podcast Nation.